Hi boys and girls, now that you've finished recording your voice of you reading your story, you are now going to turn this into a video that only has audio that you can upload on YouTube so that you can put this onto your website. So our first step is I've gathered my media into a folder that I created, and you're going to want to do this too. Inside I have audio recording and I have one image. You can create any kind of image. You can do a drawing or you can just do a title slide. And in order to create a new folder, you're going to just go up here, make sure you're selected on the Finder, and create a new folder, and then drag your audio recording and your image if you're going to use one in here. Now, the next thing that I need to do is I don't have all of my applications on my dock, and so I'm going to have to go into my applications folder and look for either iMovie or iPhoto and iTunes. Those are the ones that we're going to be working with. So if I'm going to be using iMovie later, I can also click and I can drag it over onto the dock if I need to put that over here. I have iPhoto already there, and I have iTunes over here as well. Alternatively, you can just take your, so now what we have to do is we have to put our photos into iPhoto, our audio into iTunes, and if you had a video clip, which you'll learn how to do later, you'll have to import that, but today we don't have that. So I'm going to take my image and I'm going to just drop that onto iPhoto, and notice the little plus sign came up, and I'm importing my image right into iPhoto. Okay, and I can close iPhoto. I'm done. The next thing that I'm going to do is I am going to drop my audio into iTunes, and this is the same exact process as what we did with putting the photo into it. So I'm going to click and I'm going to hold down on my audio, and I'm going to go over to iTunes and see how this kind of pops up around. You see that little white bar around it? And I'm going to drop that into iTunes, and it automatically starts going into iTunes, and then it is going to be stored into my iTunes library on my computer. Now, you need to be able to finish your iMovie project while you're at this computer, because now those files are stored onto that folder. Sorry, in those places on that computer. So next I'm going to go into iMovie, and I'm opening up iMovie, and I'm going to go to my project library, and I'm going to do a new project, and I'm going to just pick no theme. I'm going to call it podcast video, because it's sort of like a video, but I'm only using audio. And I'm going to just do a standard screen, and I can leave that the same. And then I'm going to press create. So I've got myself a new video. And now what I'm going to do is find my image. Should be right here, and I can click and I can hold it down and I can drag it over to my timeline, and now I have my video over here. The next thing I'm going to do is go and get my audio, and I'm going to go to my music, because that's where my voice recording is, and it's 15 seconds long. So I'm going to click and hold that, and I'm going to drag it over here and dropped it, and you saw that big green all the way around it. Now, it's 15 seconds long, but my photo is 4 seconds long, and I want the photo to last the same. So I'm going to go click on this little gear right here, and I'm going to do the clip adjustments, and I'm going to make this last 15 seconds. Okay, so now the audio is going to match the photo, so it's going to be the same length of the photo. And if you noticed over here, my picture is kind of moving. I want it to show the whole picture, so I'm going to see this little crop tool. I'm going to click on that, and then I'm going to press, see over here, I'm going to press fit, and then I can press done. Okay, so now my audio is going to match my photo. I'm just going to see a still photo of me talking. The other thing you can do is, if you want, you can add the T for a title. And if you don't have an image, you can do that. I'm going to take this little first title, click it, I'm holding it down, and I'm going to put it over here on the beginning. And you can choose what background you want. Maybe I'm going to pick black. And then this title slide, I can say the title, and I can just go ahead and type it in. You have to click and delete the stuff that's there. And put Mrs. D'Alessio's story, or whatever the title is of your story. Oh, and I need capitals for a title. We learned that in language arts. Oop, and you might have to try this a couple times till you get this right. Story. And just put your first name. And now I've got the title slide and I've got this. But now my audio is cutting off this picture, so I can shorten my picture. This is 4 seconds. This is 15 seconds. And I want the total thing to last 15 seconds. So I'm going to make this last 11 seconds. And if you want to keep this easier, you just either put the image or just put the title slide, and it'll be a lot simpler. Okay? Then when you're finished, you're done, you can press share, and you're going to export your movie. You can also export it to other places, but for now I always like to export it out first on my desktop so I can have a copy on my desktop, and then I'll teach you how to upload to YouTube later. So export the movie. You're going to decide where you're going to play this. If you want to put it on your iPod, you would want to pick medium. If you want a little bit larger file size, you can pick a larger file size, but you don't need to. We're just going to pick medium for now. And I'm going to export my video, and you have to wait, and it says less than a minute. And I'm finished, and I've got my little podcast video right here. You can then press the control button on your computer and click on the clicker, and it says open with and QuickTime. Choose QuickTime, and your video is here. You can play it.
Hi, this is,
and then you can play it back, and then you're finished. So you want to keep a copy of this in your folder, and then later on you'll learn the next step of what to do next. That's it. Have fun.